first go over some of the contingencies for supportive leader behavior. These are pretty simple questions. If you have any questions like about anything, try to ask. Maybe like Tom might help you out and explain like something or whatnot. Okay. Would you say that your employees are in need of support to do their job?
I would say they are. They need support on a daily basis as far as feedback and as far as positive reinforcement. Letting them know they're doing a good job, letting them know they're not doing a good job, letting them know there is improvement. So they do need support on a daily basis.
Would you say that your employees have a high need to grow and improve their skills?
I would say they do. Anybody that works here at FedEx, anybody that has an ambition to grow with the company, they would need to grow their skills and grow their ability, be able to be function in different parts of our operation.
Okay. In your department, do you think there are any stressful jobs?
I would say there are. I mean, I would say working at FedEx Ground in general is a very stressful job. There's a lot of being one of the leaders in a small packaging company, it's very competitive, very stressful. A lot of your performance is based on numbers with your overnight service and your package count, etc. So it's a high stress job every day of the year.
Everything is like all time sensitive. Like
everything is time sensitive. Everything relies on the manager doing their job in one end, so that the next manager, the next end, so on and so forth. Everybody's gonna rely on you to do your job to make sure everything gets done. So.
Okay, cool. Are there any employees that find their jobs dissatisfying?
Yes, I have come across a lot of employees that find their job dissatisfying. And just talking to them, it's more of a unhappy with their job, with what they're doing. They feel they can do more, but yet they haven't taken the steps necessary to actually do other things in this company or with other jobs. So it's more of a unhappy with their life, which kind of rolls over to their work.
Oh, okay, I see. Alrighty. Are the tasks within your department highly structured, or are there step-by-step processes?
It's a little bit of both. A lot of the things that I'm directly in charge of, there's a structure to doing things, but there's also a lot of things that are kind of learned through your experiences working here. You kind of get to know the process, get to know how the system works, get to know how customer works, the customer service advocate teams, and you just kind of gain that experience, and then it makes things a lot easier. But there's a structure, and then there's a step-by-step things also. So.
Okay. Do you think like there's any room for the employees to use their own judgment when doing their work for certain things? Or no?
There's always room for. There's actually on a daily basis, employees have to use their judgment, especially with the safety aspect. A lot of our machine around here is very heavy-duty machinery and equipment that we use. So when it comes to safety, first of all, they have to use their personal judgment, make sure that they don't put themselves in a situation where their safety is in jeopardy. And then when it comes to the quality as well, I mean, every package counter, every employee here has the ability to choose whether or not they want to treat the package fairly, whether they want to throw the package, whether they want to properly handle it, whether they want to intentionally or non-intentionally damage the package. So judgment is a daily thing that's used daily here.
Okay, cool. Are there any complex jobs in your department?
I think in general, the jobs that we do here at FedEx, to an outsider looking in, it's very complex because every position ties into everybody else. I mean, in what my current role is here as the AQSM, which is the Administrative Quality Service Manager with FedEx Ground, my job ties into all the managers in the preload, which is the early morning shift, the managers in the outbound, the senior manager. So my job encompasses basically touching every manager, touching base with them, making sure that they know where they're faulting, where they can improve. And so it like I said, to an outsider, it's very complex, but to somebody that's been with the company 3, 4, 5 years like me, it makes perfect sense because I've been around it long enough where I understand it already.
Cool. Do you give your employees encouragement and recognition if they complete a complex job or task?
Daily. We try to make the reward recognition program here fairly used on a daily basis. On a daily basis on our work here with the with our package handlers. There's a lot of things that we have to overcome on a daily basis, whether it be something systematically that broke down in our equipment, or for example, an account shipping 4,000 packages in one day, that we're not expecting for. So we have to manage our people, move our people around, and we try to recognize our people. We have several ways to recognize. We have our package handler of the month award that we give out. We also have what we call QRPs, which is Quality Recognition Program, where we give our employees certificates where they can go on our intranet and order FedEx gear, shirts, hats, radios, etc. So we try to kind of reward and recognize our people as best as we could.
Cool. Okay. Is there any conflict within work groups here or with other departments?
There's no conflict. I mean, for the most part, being that it's a high stress type of business, everybody, there comes a time where you kind of just need to step away because the stress is getting to you. So, and when you talk to your coworkers, your peers, it's very evident. So, I mean, for the most part, there's no conflict personally, but it can very easily be confused for conflict with the high stress. So.
Okay. Would you say that there is a high turnover rate among your employees?
I would say it fluctuates. Currently, as we stand here in the month of April, the turnover rate here is a little bit high. And it's primarily because we've gone through a lot of management changes. We've gone through a lot of management turnover as well, with people leaving the company. So every time you have a new manager come into the company, the package handlers tend to not adapt to them as well, just because they're so used to the previous manager, or a different structure, a different managing style of managers. So every time there's a new manager, there's the high turnover, but yet once the group kind of gets to know this new manager or these new other employees, our turnover rate seems to go down for a consistent time. And then we have the management turnover again, or the cross-training of management, and then the turnover rate spikes up again.
Oh, okay, so it really varies at certain times.
It varies, and obviously our turnover rate during the Christmas time as well is a lot higher than it is throughout the year, just because we start bringing in a lot of new hires during our peak season, and people, this is not exactly what they were looking for as far as job. They'll work here a day or two, or a week or two, and then they kind of let us know that this is not what they were expecting.
All right. Would you say that your superior uses his authority in a dominant manner?
I wouldn't say it's used in a dominant manner. It's used more in a supportive manner towards his management crew, which is then reflected up to our peers, or our employees in the package handler area. Our current manager here is very supportive, likes to see us improve and get better and change things for the better for the terminal and for our personal selves. So it's not in a dominant way.